Welcome YouTubers to Diecast Culture, and in this video I'd like to share my love for vintage Majorette, and in this instance we're going to have a quick look at 10 different cars from that period, and here we go. So at the age of about 11 I have memories of cycling to the local village post office, and there was another shop on the other side of the green. Both shops sold Majorette, and I remember making regular visits to these shops and building my little collection. So this was in the 1970s, and I think this was a great time for Majorette. They had metal bases, which was common with other manufacturers, but they just had a certain style, and I think their accuracy of casting was very good, with a couple of exceptions. But yeah, on the whole I think they replicated mostly French cars, but they replicated vehicles really well. To start with, in front of you we have a Citroën Diane van, and it was on the base is printed Aka Diane, and I'll show you. So yeah, you can see Aka Diane. Not sure what that means, haven't heard that before. And then it's got a shell 1/60, that is scale 1/60, and made in France. And I think this is great. I love it. They've got the stance of the Citroën Diane correct, slightly raised at the back. And all of these models today, which I'm going to show you, vintage models, are in worse for wear condition. But I think that's part of its charm. It would be nice to have ones in A1 condition, but vintage Majorette are increasingly becoming hard to find, unless of course I guess you live in France, in which case the supply is probably more plentiful. I plan to clean all of these cars up and try to improve them just a little bit. So this is a Saab 900 Turbo. I have a silver version of this, which I acquired when I was a kid. And if I haven't mentioned already, this group of cars, which I'm showing you today, I found on eBay fairly recently. So Saab Turbo, very stylish car in real life, and Saab has always had its own following. And what we love about Majorette is the squashy suspension. It's kind of adds a feel of realism, if you like, although the minus side of that is that their cars, apart from the off-roaders, their cars sit a little bit higher than perhaps they should. Okay, so this is a Renault 5, and it's scale 1/56. This has been in one serious crash. I can imagine a kid getting hold of this, possibly taking a hammer to it and see what happens. But yeah, it's lost both of its A pillars, if I've got that right, and also central B pillar on one side. So yeah, not sure if the occupants would have come off too well in this one. But the Renault 5 was always a cool car in real life. Nice, stylish design, great little runabout city car. Yeah, I remember being on a French exchange in Saumur, southwestern France, and the exchange student whom I was staying with, she had a boyfriend who had a Renault 5, and it was cool. He was a really cool guy, and I just thought, yeah, he's lucky, got a Renault 5. He didn't have the turbo, mind you, but it looked pretty cool. Okay, next one is this VW panel van, and I've always wanted to try and get one of these, and I did, and here it is. It's not in the greatest of condition. Like I said before, trying to find these on eBay is becoming more and more rare, and anything which is in tip-top condition is going to attract a premium price. So I had a military green version of one of these. I don't know what's happened to it. It just went. And this one, the front axle, the suspension on the front axle is either broken or has become unclipped in the wrong place. So I've got to take a look at it. I think it's just a question of unclipping it and repositioning it. So the suspension on Majorette is or was a piece of wire set into the chassis, and it was used to spring the axle. And it says 1 to 60, 4 Jean VW, made in France, Majorette. And I didn't know this. I recently looked up 4 Jean, and it means van in French. And yeah, I think this is such a great casting. Just another example of how Majorette replicates and scales down so well. This is a Toyota 4x4 pickup, and scale 1 to 56, so it's quite a decent sized casting. Difficult to see, but I think maybe the roof is slightly higher than it should be. Otherwise it's a nice casting. I will probably change the wheels on this for something more realistic. And the bonnet opens to reveal a black plastic engine. Just noticed that there is a toolbox of sorts in the back. It's nice. It's got Toyota embossed, imprinted on the back. And there's under the hood. I've got a couple of sports car, supercar castings. Here is a Lamborghini Countach, and not so keen on this interpretation of it. It's not bad. I like the exhausts on the back in metal. The wheels are too small, but it's all metal. It's good casting. The steering wheel inside is just a jelly mold. It's no detail whatsoever. The seats have got a reasonable amount of detail, and it's a wide casting, scale 156, and it just says it's Lamborghini. This is quite interesting. This is a BMW. It just says BMW Turbo on the base, and I think this is an 8 Series. Oh, I probably got that wrong. It was around in the early 80s, if I remember rightly. So yeah, not a bad interpretation of it. It's got the gull wing doors, albeit these are in plastic. One of them is broken, and the one on the other side is sort of squashed in, so I've got to see if I can extract that. Possibly the doors might look better if they're painted a similar chrome to the bodywork, not sure. So I'll see if I can, if there's, maybe it might be worth cleaning off the decal on that, which says Liège Sophia something, not sure what that means, number 24. And yeah, there's the base. It's got the classic Majorette wheels, which can be found on so many of Majorette's cars. This one is quite cool. It is a Dodge, I think, and it's a pickup, obviously. Scale 1:60, and I think there was a black canopy on the back of this which clips over those catches on the top. Comes with the tow bar, and there's like a cable. Actually, I think it might have been a tow truck. That cable might have been part of the pulley system. A couple of spare tyres on the roof. And last of all is my favourite. This is a Simca 1100, and this means quite a lot to me because this was our family car when I was about 8 years old. 1100 for a 1.1 litre engine, and somehow it pulled an old and heavy caravan. I remember my dad saying it seemed to be a really durable car. So I used to have a turquoise blue one of these in perfect condition. I don't know where it went, and I was lucky enough to find this on eBay. This one has been in some sort of collision, so hopefully I'll be able to get some pliers to reposition the roof. It's been squashed slightly, and the front pillars have been pushed outwards. But yeah, I love this casting. I think it's really cool. It's scale 1:60, and Club Louis, I don't know what that is. Is it a nightclub? I'm not sure. So these 10 cars that you've just seen came as a job lot, together with 2 or 3 other 1:100 scale trucks in pretty poor condition. Didn't care too much for those, but the 10 that you've just seen is the reason I got this job lot. So that wraps it up for today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and please feel free to comment and share me your Majorette stories or any other particular Majorettes you like. I know Phil out there from A to Z Diecast has done a video on quite a few vintage Majorettes. So that was nice to watch, Phil. Thanks for that. And yeah, take care. Speak to you soon. Maybe I'll do a trip to France and check out a few car boot stalls, and might be lucky enough to come across some more Majorette. But my wish for the moment is to try and get a blue version of one of these Simcas at a reasonable price, and maybe a green version of the VW Forgent, the panel van. Once again, thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. Speak to you soon.